People involved in hand-feeding birds use different techniques. Every breeder has their own way, which is the most effective, most convenient, and safest for their birds. The most popular technique is feeding with a spoon.
Jest to zwykła stołowa łyżka.
This is a regular spoon. In this case it's a big one because it was designed for big birds. It was folded to create a convenient shape which imitates parents' beaks.
Powstało takie korytko, które imituje dziób rodziców. Jest to stosunkowo łatwy sposób karmienia, ale jeśli mamy do wykarmienia...
This technique is rather easy, but when we have more birds to feed it takes a lot of time, and the food gets cold while the perfect temperature should be slightly above 40 degrees. If the food is too cold, the parrots may be reluctant to eating and have digestion problems later. Feeding with a spoon is also one of the safest methods, however it's also cumbersome because the bird which impatiently calls for food will spread it all over the place. The other technique is only recommended to professionals. It's more difficult but also more convenient for skilled breeders. It requires a syringe ended with a pipe made of a very elastic material. This pipe is being put through the beak directly into the bird's crop, which allows us to feed a nestling very quickly. I do not recommend this method to anyone who doesn't have a big experience. If the pipe is not placed in the crop and we accidentally enter the food, for example, into the lungs, it may cause the bird's death. We also have to dose the food properly, because by giving too much we can damage the crop or cause an inflammation. This is why this method requires a lot of caution and should not be used by inexperienced people. The third way is a combination of the two methods described previously. This is a big syringe. It's big because I will be using it to feed a macaw. It doesn't have a pipe, so I enter the food into the parrot's beak. I can manipulate the amount of food given by increasing or reducing the pressure on the piston. This method is recommended on all stages of the hand-feeding process for people who do not want to feed many birds at a time. The parrot nestlings are fed with special food prepared for this purpose. We should buy ready products from renowned companies which include all the necessary ingredients, including vitamins and minerals in the recommended quantities and bacterial flora. Only with this food we can feed a parrot nestling, because it entirely replaces the food the bird would receive from its biological parents.